All right. So my YouTube crowd gets a little love tonight for this last race. I don't have my selfie screen up on the YouTube side, but you know what? Hold on. I've got an idea. Maybe I can do it like this. So, how do I add a source? Add window capture. And let's capture. It may not work. I don't think that worked. So if you're joining me on the old YouTube, which I doubt anybody is at this point, we've got it live on YouTube and TikTok right now. The YouTube right now is just the screen, the same screen, iRACING screen. Should hear audio. But I'm trying to figure out if I can get my video screen up. Alright. This might work. There we go. Now we're talking. There we go. Now you got me on the old. So we got 3 minutes. All right, so just to give my update, I'm Chris Weaver. These are my channels. I'm on TikTok live right now. I'm on YouTube live right now. Welcome. Been streaming on TikTok for a couple hours now. Just started one on YouTube to do a test to see if I can handle streaming both at the same time. Looks like it's going to work. We're going to race this MX5 race and be done for the night. It's week 13 in iRacing. If you know anything about iRacing, you know that means it's crazy week. There's not really any official races. There's just some one-off races. So I'm going to race this one-off Mazda race, which I raced it earlier. And I finished decent. I have a good idea of what I'm doing now because I had no track practice before. So I got those laps in. So, yeah. But if you want to see, if you're on TikTok and you want to see um, a bigger version of the race screen, the race screen from down here, the YouTube, I have it full frame and me off in the corner. So I know this means I'm going to need a third monitor now to do this, but so I've got my main race monitor there and my data monitor up here that has my stuff in it about the streams and other data. I've got that, the scroll bar going across here, and it's at the top of the. It's at the top. It's at the top of the YouTube page. I was going to double check and make sure it's running. Here we go. Let's load into the race. Yep. I appreciate the guys and girls that have been with me tonight on the TikTok side. You can comment. I can hear you when I'm racing. I can read it when I'm not. Obviously, I'm reading it right now, but I can hear it. It tells me what you said, and you can hear it back when you make a comment. You should be able to hear it. YouTube. My YouTube channel is the same as this one. Also, if you want to find it real quick, it's youtube.com/Chris8video. Whew, so yeah, we about ready to get racing here in about a minute and a half. I'll qualify. Anybody has any questions about me? Again, I'm Chris Weaver. I am at Chris8video on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Facebook's a little different. It's Chris Fox 8. I am a cameraman / photojournalist and I shoot news, sports, and everything in between in the middle part of North Carolina here. I've been not all over the world, but all over the United States shooting cool, neat stuff. I've met all the presidents. Not all the presidents, because obviously, but the ones since I've been doing this job. Bill Clinton and forward. I haven't met Biden as president. I did meet and do a story with him when he was part of the Obama deal. But Trump and Bush and the other Bush and Hillary and you name it. But that's about the extent of politics I'll talk, because I don't talk politics because I don't need to. And because I'm a journalist and I don't talk politics. But I like to qualify. It's time to qualify. I like to get on iRacing. I like to go fishing. I like shooting news. I like going to NASCAR races and. Oops, I forgot this is a paddle shifter. I just zoomed it up. I zoomed. Here we go. Let's qualify. But if you have questions while I'm racing, shoot. Ask me questions. What's my favorite story? What's my least favorite story? What's my favorite place I've ever been on a story? What's my favorite place I've ever been not on a story? I can answer questions. Of course, I don't know if I have answers to any of those. But I'm going to pay attention on my qualifying laps here. This is the warm-up lap, so I got a second. Oh yeah, this is the fast turn. I gotta remember the track now. This is only my, I don't know, 10th lap.
Steven Show says you think the racing at Wilkesboro will be better on new asphalt.
Oh yeah, I think so. And hopefully this Phoenix test this week they'll find something that helps, you know, all of that. But I think it'll be better than the old asphalt just because it's going to give everybody a lot more room to race. There was really a preferred line on that old asphalt down low.
Ready, green flag.
Oh God, don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall. I cooked it into there really way too hot. If I can get back up to a decent speed before the line.
I got a couple good ones here.
Probably should have gone to second there. I could probably wide open that. Alright, let's see what this first lap gets me.
0.972.
Fourth. There's a green bar at the top. Or a bar at the top. It's green now. That shows my time relative to the last lap sector. Yeah. Cooked it in a little deep there, but I'm still faster.
Steven Show says up almost a second.
Almost. That barrel. There we go. We're over the second mark now. I always forget I could take that wider and hit that second apex. One 3/4 ain't bad.
Checker flag.
7th. Didn't really increase anything. I had fallen to 7th. It's like the pole is 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds faster than me, so it is what it is. Oh, goodness. If you're on the YouTube side, I cannot hear comments on the YouTube side. Certainly can venture over to the TikTok side, but
Steven Show says you ever base fish Kerr Scott.
I have not in Car Scott. No, I fish, and I see some comments, Reese, on YouTube. I want to say thanks for the comments. I'd bass fish on Tomalex, south of Winston, between Thomasville and Lexington. I do High Rock a lot. I've been to Blues Creek, but not this year. I'd like to get over to Jordan Lake at some point. A buddy of mine talked about going to Sharon Harris, and another guy we fish with some talked about going to Tillery while it's down, but I'm not sure if it's still down or not. And as long as the weather's above, let's just say right at 40 and up, I'll probably keep fishing this winter. I don't like cold, but I can do 40 and put some stuff on. I fished yesterday and nothing. And a guy who was coming out at the same time as me had a picture of the bass he caught, and it was a 5.5 pounder, and I was like, man, nice. So, you know, what you gonna do? I caught a nice one 2 weeks ago, almost 3 pounds.
The estimated SOF is 1,012.
So it's a 1,000
on the table.
strength of field race.
Good finish.
I am a 0.9, a 900 iRacing rating on road courses. I stink at road courses. This ought to be fun. Did qualify 7th, though. That's not terrible. I don't know anybody in here.
Steven Show says always few and far between in winter, but when you do is always a good one.
Yeah, I've got to get better at finding fish out deep. I'm really good at finding fish around structure. I'm not good at finding deep structure. I've got good electronics on the boat. What I need is a trolling motor with spot lock.
Steven Show says me too.
If I could hold myself in deep water at a certain spot, I probably could do better on deep water. My buddy has, I think he has spot lock on his boat. He went to, where did they go? They went to Blues Creek last Thursday, and I was working and couldn't go. And he said he caught like 70 fish, caught a bunch of spotted, caught a bunch of largemouth, but he said he caught like 70 spotted just out there all day. I was like, golly. But I caught more fish this year than I've ever caught, because I caught 2 or 3 on every trip to Tomalex, big ones, 3-pounders every week. Never did get the big one, you know. Never did get over 3.5 or 4. Got right at 3 and a few ounces. There we go.
Steven Show says need to check out Randleman Lake.
I'm gonna get black flag for jumping the start. Daggone it!
Green flag. You got it.
I gotta drive through.
All right.
I let it roll by accident.
Black flag for jumping the start. They want us to have a pass through after we go green. Heads up. On your right. Sit dog, you looking good. Now go get that leader. Clear. The lead has gone off. Sit back, keep that bitch on track. Left side. You're clear. Spin. He's on the left, on the left. There's an incident ahead.
Oh, I'm having a rough race already. That guy was spinning in front of me and I
Left
overreacted.
side. Leader, pit road. Clear. It's on the grass. Left side. Clear. Right
God,
side.
dude, off the brakes.
Clear him.
I'm not even sure where the pit entry is. Oh, I went to first way too early.
Steven Show says top of hill stay right.
Very good.
Keep your eyes open. You know it, see it, you see it, you see it, you see it. Someone's going off ahead.
Yeah, really.
Coming, guys. 5 away. At your mark now. Turn in, turn in. Don't get too tight to the wall.
I think that's a third gear turn. Well, I guess now let's just see if I can catch anybody. Oh, I see him up there. This should be easy.
User says, do you do NASCAR?
On iRacing? Yes. In real life, I do a lot of NASCAR coverage.
User says, can you do Gen 4?
Yeah, I've got a Gen 4 race tomorrow night. That's a league. We're racing different cars every week, but tomorrow night we're racing Gen 4 at Talladega. It's part of the league.
14.903.
Steven Show says week 12. User says, how much do you make from iRacing?
How much do I make from iRacing? 0. Wish I was that good. It's just basically a hobby, but can also be one of the tools to help, you know, engage with people who like my content on the social media platforms. A lot of the NASCAR content, racing content that I post from all the NASCAR tracks that I get to go to and do coverage. Local tracks like Bowman Gray, Caraway, Ace.
User says, oh my bad, I thought they do racing for money.
Some people do. Not me. Yeah, some people can earn it. I did win a race once that was supposed to pay $25 and I never saw that money. And the league that we're in, the Week 12 Racing League.
No Troutyman says that a modded G920?
Yes, 27, G27. The league I'm in now pays 50 or 75 bucks to win the championship, so there is that.
3.009. That was your fastest lap of the session.
Right at 2:03. That's not a bad lap. I got guys creeping up behind me though. I missed the corner. I missed the corner. Jesus.
No Troutyman says, how did you put that wheel on the G27?
There's an adapter you can get to space it. To space it out from where the other wheel sits on the controller plate. Hold on. And so there's a little adapter that spaces it out. Take the other wheel off, which is sort of buried.
User says, how much does your setup cost?
You're clear.
Stand by. You know, once you take the other wheel off, you can put these kind of wheels on pretty easily. You could buy adapters that also make them removable, but I didn't want to go that far. I did have to mod some paddles onto the existing paddles because of the difference in wheel size. Probably have 1,500 or so into this setup. Got a pretty inexpensive big screen TV. Computers used cost me $800. The wheel in my hands, this just MPI wheel was 200 bucks. I bought it from a local guy who races over at Bowman Gray. He sold it to me, but he didn't need it for what he was doing. He actually asked me if I could buy it back, and I was like, yeah, no, I'll keep it. I like my wheel. Couldn't deal with the little wheels. I needed something big like this, 15-incher.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 65.711.
And I kind of homemade built the sim rig that I'm in. I bought one of those cheap $100 or whatever sims off of Amazon, sort of a basic wheel holder sim, and attached some wood to it and some bits and pieces here or there just so that it could hold the chair. Because the type you can get that are just wheel holders on Amazon, they don't attach to chairs. They're made to just basically pull a chair up to. So I got some long 2x2 pieces of wood, painted them black, and made them into rails. Put a couple of pieces of plywood on, attached to this little racing chair that I bought from a guy for $10. I had bought something on Facebook Marketplace, and I saw that he had a bunch of car parts. I was like, you got any racing seats? And he had two. So I bought this one and another one for like 15 bucks, and then sold the other one to a guy for 15 bucks. So basically this chair was free. Oh God, I'm gonna miss the corner. Oh, I didn't miss it. Ooh, I thought I was gonna miss it. Forgot to brake.
Coming to the white flag.
And then I had to build a wooden frame to mount my monitor on, and sort of pieced it all together.
2.775. That was your fastest lap of the session.
Ran a 202 that time. That's not bad for missing corners.
You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 3.3.
Ooh, I can get 10th here.
Steven Show says my racing seat came out of a Mazda SUV lol.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of car this came out of. It's an aftermarket seat.
Someone's gone off behind. One is coming back pretty quick right now. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Pressure.
Someone's gone off behind.
Got to that guy. I got 10th.
Steven Show says I even hooked up a 12-volt bat and have electric adjustment.
What I do have that's cool that I built myself is I've got 2 controller boxes, black button boxes with rotators and everything. That I've got the Arduino controller controlling them for the rotors. Oh, I did a 2-minute lap that time. That was my fastest lap in the race.
All right, man. Good job. Good
but
job.
yeah, I got 2 button boxes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buttons, 3 rotators. All of them have buttons, 2 switches, so ignition switch, and I've got a button box down on the bottom end with 7 buttons and 1 switch. I have my keyboard mounted right here. I've got a stick shift on this side. I've got the Thrustmaster T3PA pedals, which are decent, and I got this G27, and I'd like to upgrade to a direct drive at some point. So my next upgrades really are probably the steering wheel.
Steven Show says I race in VR. Ever tried it?
No, and I don't know that I could. I hear that people get nauseous in them, and I'm very susceptible to nausea when I'm either riding in a car with somebody or on a big boat out in the middle of nowhere where I can't see real well. So, I don't know. I mean, it would be cool. I don't like the idea of not being able to see my surroundings, having to feel for stuff and being able to type and all that. I want triples, and I will upgrade this to triples. I've got another room in the house that will become mine when the youngest of the children moves out. She's finished with college but still here. And when she decides that she's done here, there's no hurry. She can move out tomorrow or 2 years from now, and we don't care. But I get that room, and it's a bigger room than this one, and it'll be mine to use for man cave, and I can put a triple setup in it and more room. So yeah, waiting for that, and I'll upgrade, get some bigger monitors, triples, spend a little money. But let's go back and look at some of that. Let's see what was going on that start. That was a mess. And then, of course, I spin out down here at the bottom of the hill. I would have been good. With just that pass through, I'd have still been in front of a bunch of cars if I wouldn't have done this mess at the bottom of the hill. Just got in there way too hot. What a mess. Dude on the left of me there's got a cone under his car. It's still under there. Look at that. Blue cone under that dude's car. No wonder he missed that corner. Or was trying to slam on the... He slammed on the brakes in front of me. I was like, whoa, dude. I appreciate everybody joining tonight, checking out what we were doing. I'll probably stream tomorrow night on our league race. This seemed to work good. I don't have any issues with the double stream going, one on YouTube and one on here. So I'll probably stream the big stream of the...
Steven Show says I always drag my brakes first lap. It helps with grip and brake fade.
Definitely. Get those brakes heated up, get the tires heated up. Even running, if you can, in the different cars, spin those wheels a bit. But you know, check back if you watch tonight. Check back tomorrow night. We may at 8:30 or so stream both YouTube and TikTok again like this. And then if I do that on the YouTube, I'll do it on both. But I'll replay the race from a different perspective, like this. I'll replay that whole race, start to finish. After that. These look so fun. They are fun to drive. They were fun to watch when these came to Martinsville for that test session a few months ago. There I look. I had to go for a drive-through. Yay. God. All for jumping the start. Just barely moved, too. But anyway, I'm going to call it a night on here. What? I see another comment coming in. Have I ever been to a NASCAR race? Yes, I have. And it's going to tell me. It's going to read your comment here in a second, I would guess. Waiting.
User says, have you ever been to a NASCAR race?
I have. I cover about 8 to 10 NASCAR races a year. I am a cameraman, photojournalist for Fox 8 here in the middle of North Carolina in the Winston-Salem area. I cover the Daytona 500 every year, the Bristol races, the Martinsville races, the Darlington races, the Charlotte races. I went to the Chicago Street race. I was going to go to Phoenix, but the plans fell through at the last minute. I did the North Wilkesboro race and all the coverage leading up to that. We produce stories and specials, and if you haven't checked my profile on here and my YouTube page, all the usernames are the same, Chris8 Video. There's tons of videos. I'm probably tomorrow going to post some new content / old content, but some things that either may have been forgotten or may have not made air over the course of the year from probably Darlington. And there was some controversy at Darlington.
User says, is NASCAR a blur?
Is NASCAR a blur? What kind of blur? Like, do they go fast and blur? It's hard for me to remember what kind of things happen from race to race without reviewing. But yes, it's kind of a blur. But it is good. It's good stuff. It has its moments. I think, you know, like anything, it's not perfect. Is the NFL perfect? Do they do things that are ridiculous sometimes? Is college football perfect? Oh my God! Don't get me started. Florida State, and I'm an Alabama fan, so you know I can't. That was a mess. It's a good thing this is the last year of the 14 playoffs in college football. They're going to 12 next year. Somebody will probably have an arm scratching at a 13th team. That's how it went with NASCAR, right? But I don't know. But yeah, lots of NASCAR coverage.
User says I am going to Las Vegas Speedway.
Nice. I did the Las Vegas Speedway. We did that in 2018. That was cool. We went out there for that race that weekend. That was a one-off trip for some special purposes to get to the Vegas race that year. Hoping to get to a couple of different ones next year, like Dover. Oh, we do Talladega. I didn't do Talladega this year, but I've done Talladega a couple of times. I actually did Talladega the year of the pandemic when they let 25,000 people come for that fall race, and I got tickets to that and covered it with my tickets as a ticket buying person because they weren't allowing the media in yet. So I bought tickets and covered it from the grandstand and produced a story. It just took a little bitty camera with me so I didn't look like the media. They weren't really wanting that yet, but I did it anyway. But interviewed people in the stands. There were like 25,000 people there, and we were all kind of spread out. It was neat. It was different. It was something. Oh man. So yeah, lots of NASCAR coverage. And again, I'm about to call it a day. I think I want to wait for 5 more video views. Let's get to an even 1,000 here. We're at 995 some odd video views. Let's just wait for the even 1,000. Let's just have a few more people pop in while I let this play. I wish I could have won one. I want to win one live. That's the next thing. I got to win a race live. Won a bunch of races. I think I'm up to, I don't know, I've got 1 or 2 road course wins, but I've got like 75 or 80, close to 80 oval wins. I don't think I have any dirt wins. If I do, it's just one. I won a race last night at Auto Club in the Xfinity car. Was able to conserve my tires and then pull away from everybody toward the end. Caught the leader who didn't pit but had pulled out to a big lead and caught him and left him behind. And then at the end there was a guy coming and it was like, oh my God, he's going to catch me. But I was able to manage and he didn't catch me. And I think I started 15th in that race, so I went from 15th to the lead. And even on the restart, I think I restarted 8th or 9th on the restart that went green to the end. Just manage the tires. Some of those tracks, just manage your tires and you'll be fast at the end. One more view and we're at 1,000. And then I'm going to have to be like, peace out, because I need to do some things before I go to bed and get up and go to work in the morning. Let's see. Yeah, this race wasn't bad. If I wouldn't have had that penalty off the top, the drive-through and the spin out, I might could have finished in the top 10 again. I finished top 10 earlier in that one. Golly. There it is, 1,000 views. I appreciate everybody watching, checking in on me. And again, follow, like, share, check out my content, share it if you like it, let everybody know. It helps keep doing it, helps me keep doing it, gives me motivation, all of that kind of good stuff. But we're going to wrap her up here and